Hi, my name's James Milligan. I'm a hair and makeup artist. I live and work in and around New York City, and I love what I do. Friends kept asking me for stuff, and it was like even before I was a makeup artist, people just kept asking me to do things, and I was like, why do all these people think that I know what I'm doing? and then eventually I went to beauty college, I started doing it, and the more I worked, the more I started networking with more photographers and doing test shoots, and then it just kind of grew from there. There are so many things about it that are my favorite thing. The transformation, starting from one thing and having a vision and then seeing it all of a sudden just sort of materialize. Like I get like goosebumps sometimes. And it's cool to see somebody look in the mirror and they have never seen themselves that way before or whatever, and it's like, that's really cool. I love the teamwork of like working, you know, on a photo shoot or on a fashion show or on like a commercial shoot. There's a team. You know, you have to like communicate and interact with people, and it's kind of always new people. It's never the same people over and over and over again, which keeps things from being boring ever. There's always an opportunity to like jerry-rig something where you don't have everything that you need, so you just kind of have to fake it, and then you sometimes discover an easier way of doing things or a really amazing way of doing things that works. And then also, I think, just the broad scope of everything. There are so many different things that you can do, and they're all so different. I really like that. I feel like I never get bored, and I feel like I'm not working. It is a form of self-expression, and I feel like the further you go, the better you get at sort of getting your own ideas out of your head and onto somebody else. But then it's also super interactive because you're almost like collaborating on every look with people. If it's like somebody that you're doing personally, like a bride or something, and you do them, you can't always just do whatever you think looks good. It's like a halfway point. You have to figure out what they want and what they're gonna feel comfortable with. And you kind of have to like extract what they want from them. So I think that yes, it is like there's a big like personal art to it, but then there's really a lot of learning how to communicate with people. Sometimes people will wear like mascara or a little bit of like a tinted moisturizer or something, and that's fine because I can take it off. But if you like come with a full, you know, like kohl rimmed eyes and whatever, then I have to take all of that off. And also, I prefer if they're exfoliated really well. If they've done a face scrub, it makes a huge difference. And with hair, it just depends. If it's going to be a blow dry, then they're going to come wet. But otherwise, 9 times out of 10, it's really best if they wash their hair like the day before or 2 days before, and it's dry. And, you know, clean, not dirty, but also not just freshly washed. If it's like for like portfolio work or something like that, I'll definitely stick around because, you know, sometimes the hair gets out of place and nobody notices it, and then I'm super picky about what I put on my portfolio. So I'll see it and be like, oh, just. But if it's a paying job and they're only paying me for a certain amount of time, I mean, usually I do end up staying over a little bit just because I'm not like a clock watcher type, unless I have somewhere else to go. But if I don't have anywhere else to go and I'm being paid to be there, so, you know, I try to stick within the time frame, but sometimes it goes over. You definitely want to find somebody, I think, that that is passionate about what they do. There are a lot of people that are kind of just starting out and still trying to figure out if that's what they really want to do or not, and they're not super serious about it yet. And I feel like sometimes you don't necessarily get the best work out of those people. I don't know of any way that you would be able to find this when you're actually looking for somebody, but you would definitely know when you're actually working with somebody. I think like versatility is super important in an artist. You don't want to get somebody that just does one look over and over and over again. And you want to get somebody that's easy to work with, because I've heard some horror stories. You have to have some kind of a talent for it to begin with. If you really don't and you really work on it, like, you know, I think you can only go so far, but if you're good at it and you can work with people and people like you, don't do anything else. Don't bartend, don't do anything else. Like, that was the only thing that got me to really Like, if I hadn't had one day an epiphany where I was like, I can't have any other excuses. I can't do these other jobs. I'm not meant for it. This is what I'm meant to do. I had to do that, and I had to have like 3 months where it was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. I'm going to have to ask my landlord if I can be late again. And luckily, he was really cool with me because I was honest and upfront. But until you can sever everything else, that's when you take like makeup and stuff to the next level. I feel like it's that way with any art. Any other job that you have is just kind of going to take your attention away. As far as like schooling and being certified, some like salons and things like that will require you to be like certified in makeup, but I don't think it's necessary. I went to school in California, and I had already been doing makeup for probably 5 years by that point, and I figured, like, I'm always open to learning. I've been doing this for like almost 11 years, and I still go, like, I'm a Mac Pro, I still go to all of their trainings and stuff like that. Even if it's stuff that I've been doing with my eyes closed forever, sometimes you get a new perspective from somebody, and it just kind of makes it cool again, you know. There's another way to do things. There's more stuff to buy. But in beauty college, they got to the makeup part, and I mean, like, I was whispering to people, don't do that. I can show you a way easier way. Don't do that. It was horrible. But, I mean, there are lots of good makeup schools like Mud and stuff like that, but I feel like if you really have the talent, just start doing as many faces as you can. Like, that's the key to it, is being able to not just do good makeup on yourself, but do good makeup on anybody and be able to flatter anybody's features. And that just takes practice. That just takes lots of practice. And always be open to having your work critiqued or whatever, you know, because that critique, even though it hurts your feelings and it's like demeaning or whatever, it helps you if you can take it. I basically went on Craigslist every day. I went on Model Mayhem every day. I searched everywhere that I could for stuff. I went to networking stuff. I actually did a lot of stuff that was like a phenomenal waste of time. Like, you get there and the photographer really sucks and the lighting is so horrible and whatever, you know, but it's a start. And I still have people, oh, they were there too, and all of a sudden they're calling me like a year or 2 years later because they have this other gig, and, you know, whatever. It's network. You just have to network. I believe that you have to sell out to yourself and what you love, and you have to like depend on it. And when you depend on it and you let go of all this other, you know, fluff, all these like kickstands and training wheels and stuff, that's when you really start to take off. So I guess that's the one thing that I would say is like, sell out to it, be obsessed with it, make it your life. Like, don't have any separation between work and life if it's what you love.